Welcome back to Real Chalk. I'm Jamie.
I'm Sam.
And we have Connor on the decks.
What up? Still here? Haven't left.
You can make any sound effects.
Do you want one? Okay,
Yeah,
hold
just
on.
do one
I don't remember.
we can't hear them.
I don't remember what order they're in. I'll tell you what it is though. Oh, it's like a fairy tale
Nice.
sound.
Well,
so this transitions us
perfect for
back
what we
to.
Last week's continuation, which for us is the 5 minutes later.
The joys of bulk recording these episodes.
Will I start the clock?
Start the clock. Get us going.
So last week we just, I was getting really stuck into talking about the quarterfinals.
Workout
And then
2.
Workout 2, which is the third one we did. I always get confused.
Yeah, I
in the
know.
wrong
Because
order.
of the order we
It
did
was
them.
so confusing because I was trying to film and I was like, okay, cool. The boys are going to do these workouts. And I came in and James was like, well, I'm going to do this. And you were like, oh, well, I'm going to do this. And I was like, oh, fuck me. So
Yeah.
we're turning around going, what's happening now? And I was like to Darley, I was like, what's the rest? Is there a rest in this? And he's like, no, it's like a 2-minute workout. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then
That's what I
you're
film.
Yeah. And then you're behind doing like the max lift, like sitting down for 20 minutes. And I was like, this is fucking great. Like,
I did that for 20 minutes. So it was a bit confusing. But we just talked about the handstand push-up work, the open, then handstand push-up and the front squat. So we're going to talk about the GHD madness rope climb with the odd rope climb and lots of pistols.
Crazy workout though, because in the lead up we had known they'd released the equipment and they'd released the floor plan. So for quite a few weeks, well, you were doing tons of rope climbs, but
We had loads for ages. Yeah.
we knew there was going to be rope climbs in GHDs, but I think we way underestimated the GHDs and had been
Yeah.
doing loads of rope climbs, like tons of
Yeah.
rope climbs.
And I hadn't done it. I don't like to do a lot of pistols. I think you can get stronger pistols by doing other stuff that won't hurt your knees as much.
Yeah, definitely. I
So-
think pistols are one of those ones. If you have the range and you can move fast without worrying if you're going to hit depth, like if you're just mobile enough,
Yeah.
then you should be able to
You should
flow
be
through
fine.
them. Fast
So that
enough.
workout for me was all GHDs.
Yeah, well,
I
the
could-
rep range was insane. It was 180 GHD sit-ups, 180 pistols, and then whatever rope climbs, but they really just weren't a factor.
I know, but I think it's the way it was laid out as well. If I was to do 10 rounds of 18, it's the GHDs, it wouldn't be as bad. It was
No.
the 60 in a row, the 50 in a row, the 40 in a row, the 30 in a row that I think really gotcha.
Yeah, it really hit you hard. And as well, because it was 60, like 60 is just so many reps, and then 50, and then 40, like it's such big sets. I felt like I was never near the end of the workout. Like 60, I felt like, okay, I'm obviously at the start of the workout, and 50, I was just like,
50 feels the same.
They're just taking for
Yeah.
ages, yeah. So I felt like I was never going to get through it. I actually thought I was having quite a bad performance in the middle of it because I was like, it just felt slow. You know, when you just feel like you're attacking a workout or you're not attacking a workout. So I was like, I'm not sure if I'm even going to finish this. But then suddenly when I get into the 40s, the reps just started going a lot faster. I started
Yeah.
getting closer to the end. And you got to watch me, so you kind of had a good idea. So then when you kind of saw that I went slow and finished the workout, well, then you definitely do. If you go fast, you're 100%.
Well, I
gonna
think you
finish
went
it.
really fast at the start.
Yeah, I did.
But you had a good plan. So I think did you do 20 GHDs and like quick rest 20?
Yeah, short rests. That was Andy had said to me. Andy Ewington, throughout all of the open, the quarters, and when we go to the semis, is always my judge because he was my coach before. It's good to have someone from outside who's not a training partner who is like, he'll say things blunt. He'll tell me if I need to go faster or slower. He'll no rep me when he wants to no rep me. And it's just really good having
good
him.
to
So
have.
yeah, so he helps me make my strategies.
So
for
you
sure.
had so I was looking at the clock. So you I'm going to put up a rough number because I don't remember the exact, but I think you finished the GHDs in like 2 minutes 30.
Yeah.
And you went like 20 rest, and I think I just went 60, but like slow and steady.
Yeah,
But I think we
exactly.
finished at the exact same.
Literally,
time
it was because
the-
it's so weird watching you do it after because I had no idea. We obviously hadn't seen the leaderboard. We had both known that Rich Fronin got like 16:30 or something.
Yeah, roughly somewhere there. Yeah.
Exactly. I got 19:04, but we still didn't know what a good time was. And on a few of the workouts, I would have gone before you, but then I'd just get out of there or start warming up for the next workout. I wouldn't really watch you, but for this one, I was a bit nervous because I had no idea whether my score was good or not.
Yeah.
So I had my video playing while you were doing it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So, and I wasn't even like, I didn't want to be, because obviously you're focusing on your workout. So whenever you are doing them, if I'm watching you, I'm never like right in the shot or anything because I don't want you just to be distracting you. So I was way behind the clock, so I wasn't looking at the clock, but no one knew I had my own little video in my hand, so I pressed play. So I'm watching me against you, and yeah, it was like you were ahead of me for like 2 seconds faster after the first set, then maybe 4 seconds, and then you did make a good break. But how hard was the rope climbs after the GHD on your court? Do you feel that?
That workout was designed, I think, to just not have hip flexors.
Yeah.
You just blew up your hip flexors. So in my first few rope climbs, after the first 60, they were okay. And then when I came back to after around 50, I was like, okay, I need to kind of do a new type of rope climb here. I usually try and go my arms fully straight overhead and like toes to bar or knees to elbows.
Yeah.
Clamp, strand all the way up straight and go again. But then I was like, okay, that's actually all core.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of like pull up to the chest, then clamp.
Try to use your arms more.
Literally, because my arms weren't being used, and most people try to save their arms rope climbs. But it's like, my arms are fresh, the freshest thing here, so I need to use them as much as possible. Well, I don't think I would have gone legless though. I think I still would have.
No, because it would gas you as well. I think it would shoot your heart rate up because your heart rate was relatively high from all
and
the
it stayed high the whole
GHDs.
time.
Yeah.
My plan though was like just unbroken, I don't think I stayed unbroken, but as steady a pace or a rhythm on the GHDs and pistols, like without stopping, kind of thing, and just blitz the rope climbs, because I think that's where most people would be standing around the most.
Yeah, 100%. And that was it. I got a bit of a shock when I got off, because I was like, okay, finally I'm done these GHDs after the 60, because they took so long. Because you're just sitting there like moving, doing slow
It's like
sit-ups.
being on the rower for 700, 800 meters.
You feel like you're wasting time. I think that was the best way of describing it. But then when I jumped up on the rope, I was like, okay, cool, rope climbs now. And you just crunch those legs up and you feel your core. You're like, oh no. But then the aftermath of that. So
oh yeah, I went straight to the ground and my whole body was like twitching for like half an hour. I was doing like I think my nervous system got kicked in the balls. Like, I was shaking. So I went straight to the bike. I was like, I need to drink carbs, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah,
it was such a, like, that volume is big, but it's the intensity you bring to the volume that is really what messes you up. And I think it just took its toll on me quite quickly. And then that evening, I was like, I need to eat everything I can eat.
Yeah.
And still the next day, I woke up and went, oh. But it only got worse as the days went on, I think.
Yeah, well, that's it. It was the muscle soreness for me. Like, after the workout, immediately after it, you were on the ground, but you moved fast. You got about 3 minutes on me at least. So afterwards, I walked off the floor and I was like, okay, fine. But yeah, the muscle pain later on, like even that night, I was like, oh shit, I'm starting to feel like each of my abs were like sore. I was like, none of these are safe type of thing. And then I think in the nighttime when I was in bed, like just rolling over and turning around, I was like, Jesus, use your core for a lot of things, because I was like in proper pain. Yeah. And then that brings us to the next workout. Well, is it in order? What's the next one? Yeah, third workout was the wall balls and the rowing.
So I did the snatch one before that.
You attacked these workouts so crazy in such a mad random order.
So I came in Saturday morning. I was quite sore. So I warmed up, I'd say, for like 2 hours of warming up. I was warming up for ages. And in that time, like in the whole time I spent warming up, you came in, did your workout and left. Like, I hadn't even finished warming up.
Yeah.
And then
I don't like to hang around. I just like to
get it done. You're surgical. You're like, boom, get it done. I'm like, I need to revive my body from the dead.
Yeah, exactly.
So I did the snatch one in the morning, which I thought going in would be a good workout for me. And I thought, like, okay, I'm going to go unbroken on all the snatches, which just did not happen. Like,
yeah, but you did a lot unbroken.
I did a lot unbroken, but I thought I could hold it unbroken.
Yeah.
So
it was deceiving.
It was deceiving. It was another trap.
Yeah.
It's a theme. A theme to CrossFit. There's a trap in every workout. So I went 9 unbroken, which I was like, yes, okay, I'm doing it. And then the burpees, like 9 burpees, like those burpees were harder than I anticipated. Yeah. And then I was going to go, let's go 6 unbroken. Just not happening. I went 3, and it was suddenly getting hard to get the bar. Or like
your shoulders, and you're catching it. Your shoulders were shaky. It was like hard for you to hold it overhead.
Yeah, I had gone so far at the gate. I was back to the bar, I think, within the minute, like we're around the minute mark. So I went 3 and 3, then did the burpees, and I was like, okay, finish with 3, and I couldn't do 3. I had to go 2 and 1. Yeah, so
to finish.
Yeah.
And you don't want to fail that last rep, because if you fail a lift, it completely ruins your score. It's such a fast workout.
It came down to seconds,
perfectly.
like, yeah. So that ended up being a good one for me. And then I went home, I refueled, and I did the row in the afternoon, you just did the row in the morning.
Yeah,
with
so
sore abs.
I finished with sore abs big time. I finished day 1, and I was sitting in, so I'd done the first 2 workouts, which was our handstand push-up and our GHD one. And I was sitting in 44th place. I was like cool, I'm comfortably inside the top 60. This is where I want to be. And it's only day one, because obviously the leaderboard changes a lot, and usually it will change in our favor when we get a few more workouts under our belt, because you want to be up in that high average. I had my front squat done already, so I knew that was a banker, and I knew it was quite a big score. So for me, I was like, my only really worry for the rest of the weekend was the wall ball one, because I'm usually quite good at snatching or any heavy lifting workout. So I was like, unless I really mess up, I'm going to get a top 60 score in my snatch one.
Yeah.
So my big worry then was the wall ball one. And in my head, I was like, 120 wall balls and then into your 120 cal row. I'm quite a strong rower based on a couple tests I had done just before the quarters. So I was like, 120 wall balls unbroken. That is the big challenge. So that's what I was nervous about. Now, I hadn't taken into account at all any of the core work that we were going to do. And so coming into the gym, in my head, I was like, the whole workout is 120 wall balls. And even if I row at like a moderate pace, I'm still going to get a good score if I can do 120 wall balls unbroken. So in the warm-up, as I'm like leaning back, I'm like, Jesus, this is like doing little mini sit-ups on the rower. Did you feel that in the warm-up? Did you feel your abs?
Yeah, it was my last workout of the weekend, so I felt everything.
Okay, fair. No, I couldn't believe how much core you use just rowing when I was warming up.
Leaning back, you're like, because you're actually in like a hollow almost.
Yeah, exactly. But I had to suck it up, get my head in the game, and get on with the workout. So we set the cameras, we did all our measurements, and got into the workout. Did the first 120 wall balls unbroken, which impressive, I was like, yeah, this is class. And then I was just like, now all you have to do is row. Just focus in. Nothing can go wrong. You're sitting on a rower, pushing with legs, pulling arms. It's easy. And so first 30 cal in, I was rowing faster than I'd expected. I was like, I'm on. And then suddenly I got this massive cramp in my top left ab, and it just started sticking out. And I can't explain the pain. Like literally,
you can see just the face. Like,
yeah. But then I was like, you can't stop rowing because you can't stop. So I was going in, and every time I'd go in, it would cramp. And every time I'd go out, I'd try to like lean back, arch my back, and try to stretch it. And then suddenly my bottom two abs cramped. So suddenly now I've got three abs cramping, and I kind of see them sticking out. And so I went really slow row. I was rowing at a 950 to 980 cal an hour pace for a full minute. So I knew my time was getting a bit screwed, but it was more just like my heart rate dropped way down, and it was more just a pain. And I was like, I couldn't believe this. But in my head, at the same time, I was like, if I can't really repeat this workout, because it was a big thing in itself trying to do 120 wall balls unbroken, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this later. So I just kept kind of rowing. I was looking at the clock, trying to calculate, if I hold a 2-minute split, I have this many calories left, how much like longer do I have to be in pain for? So get through it anyway, get my score. I think I probably could have gone 20 seconds faster if I hadn't got it. But then everyone's just like, we had a big chat about it after. My younger brother was watching me, and Adam was like, I think you were crying on the rower. Like, I fully think
honestly, I felt crying. So bad because like
it was so funny. I'm sorry, Jamie. It was gas because everyone you weren't here, were you?
I was here, yeah.
Oh fuck! Everyone just kind of was like, okay, now we'll cheer Jamie on when he's in pain.
Won't help his cramp.
Yeah, but no, like none of us like realize that. I suppose it's different when you're in that like like when you're in that competitor mindset. Like I didn't, but the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, I'll shout, and like, you know, he'll go, and you'll go through the pain, and you just turn down, and you're like, shut the fuck up, everyone, stop talking.
That was
so
me later.
funny.
I got into the zone. I was like, I walked in the gym. I was like, I didn't speak. I was like, I'm just warming up. I'm not here to make friends.
Yeah.
I'm here to row and hurt myself.
Well, you had payback for that workout for a few years ago.
Exactly.
When it did
so
you in the open.
So in my head, I was like, I'm going to have to crush this now to show I've come on, rowing wall ball wise. So I had a different strategy. My strategy was to break the wall balls twice. And
did you do that?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought that would ruin your time though.
No, I then just rowed like a...
Must have been very short breaks.
Yeah, they were quick. Like I said, less than 8 seconds.
So what were your sets?
So I went 75, 25, 20.
Okay.
And
just attacked the row then?
Then I just gone to row, and I didn't row below 1450.
Nice.
So
that's solid.
And then at the end, like last 30 cals,
then you go crazy.
Got up to like 2,100 for like...
That's class.
For the few. So that's where I made up my time. So I came off the wall balls at like 4:04, when I think, like, if you went unbroken, I would have been 8 or 3:45ish.
Yeah,
so I was like 20 seconds behind the pace.
And it can be quite hard though to make up time on a rower. That's why I didn't want to break it, because if you think of the difference between a 150 split, say on a 500, that's almost like a recovery to a 140 is gonna you're pushing. So and that's just to save 10 seconds. So it really does make a big difference.
Exactly. So I set out some ground rules in the room. I was like, no one's allowed to speak during this workout. There is nothing you can say or shout at me that's going to make me go faster than my strategy.
Delighted I wasn't here for this workout. I wasn't here.
I'm delighted you weren't here too, because you'd think a lot less of me. So, so I just wasn't talking, and I was like, do not speak. Get behind me as well. I don't want to see you. Like, I don't want to see your face while I'm on this rower.
Yeah.
So I'm on the wall balls. My initial plan was to break the wall balls at 60 and then go 60, 40, 20, I think, or something. That would add up. I think it adds up.
Yes, it does.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, sure. And then I was like, I'm feeling good, so I went straight to 75. I actually felt grand. I could have gone and broken, I think, but in my mind, I'm still wary of wall balls and
yeah,
so
of course.
I was like, okay, drop. I had like Philippe hand me some water. I was like, quick water, and I went straight back in.
You serious? You're having a fucking picnic in the
I was grand. I was laughing mid workout. But then I was like, okay, got on the row. I was like, okay, I'm behind what I thought probably the unbroken paces.
Yeah.
So I got stuck in. So then I had this water in my mouth. No one was allowed to speak. I was like, I can't clear this water. So I just like this big spit. And I was like, thank God I told them to go behind me. Yeah. Because I had to spit here. Yeah. And Felipe was like, yeah, as soon as you started spitting, I started like leaning away. I was like, fair. And then so I'm like, first 40 cals felt great. I was like 1450 for 40 cals. I'm like, this is great. I'm laughing. I'm going to smash this. Yeah. And then it gets really sore. Like the 60 cal mark, the second 60 cals are hard. But I was just focusing. I was like looking at the number on the screen. That's all I cared about. Yeah. No one could have said anything to me to deteriorate me from getting off this number on the screen. Mm-hmm. And I don't know who it was, but I think it was Dorothy. Says, let's go. And I just went, shut up. And I'm like on a rower in silence, spitting and telling people to shut up. I'm like, I've hit rock bottom. Yeah. But then as soon as I finished, I was like, I'm so sorry, everyone. I just there's nothing that could have been done to... Like, there's no external stimulus that would have gotten me to go faster. It was all internal battle with the rowing.
Well, that's what it is. Like, you get certain workouts that are just a full, like, it's you against you. It's not even the workout anymore. It was fully
me versus me. Yeah. Conquering myself to go as hard as I can. Yeah. You know?
And that was the one thing I regret about that workout. Like, is obviously I got the cramp. So in the second 60, I was literally just counting down the calories, being like, please don't cramp, please don't cramp. Because I knew if it is too bad, I would just have to stand up and stretch it out, and then I'd lose my shot at that workout, or I'd have to try it again. So I would have really liked to have gotten to dig my heels in and go in mental for the last 30-20 cals, but that was it. I was just like, okay, steady pace. Your score is going to be fine if you hang on here, but if you like go really hard and then you have to go really slow again, you're screwed. I'd already wasted my slow time, you know what I mean? Now I just had to hold a kind of medium pace. But
you
then
still picked it up like...
I did. I managed to push it towards the end. I got 9:30. It was fine, but I was quite worried about where my score would be in that one. And then
because Barry, so we had done it, and Barry had done well because it's a good workout for
tall
Barry.
Person's workout.
He did a 9:10 ish. I don't know if that's right. I think it's close. And he was like,
we'll go with it.
He was like, I'm going to message Jamie. I'm going to tell him to do it again.
Exactly. So I left.
And I messaged. I didn't want to say. I was like, I don't want to message Jamie because then it just looks like I'm just saying. Like,
you
do
slow
it again.
fuck.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it. So I was like,
sabotage.
You message him first. Yeah. And then he's like, he hasn't seen it. He's like, okay, fuck. All I'm going to do is tell him I did this time, and that's it. And if that riles him up enough to go again, he made the decision on his own. Yeah. I don't want to be telling him.
No, that's fair. And so I got out of the gym. I just wanted to get it all out of my head. I went for a walk with whiskey up the mountains with one of my mates, and I was just going for a kind of walk, and every step I was like, I'm sore from my pistols, I'm sore from my squats, I can barely move my core, because like I held a cramp for 4 minutes. Like, that's gonna leave a lasting burn on you. And I didn't, like, I was up the mountains, so I didn't have any signal. So I got back to the car and I had like a few missed calls, a few messages, and then Barry calls me and he's like, you have to do the workout again. And I was like,
did you say that?
Yeah, literally just shouted down the phone, you have to do work again. I was like, I'm not doing that fucking workout again. No. And then he had thought that for some reason my time was a minute slower again. He thought I was in like the late 10s. So he was like, but he didn't say that over the phone. He was like, Jamie, you're not going to qualify if you don't do that workout again. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm fucking really sore. That's it. And then I went in and I was like, and I'm not talking right now. And because I was stressed about it. But he was sure having this conversation that I was like 10:30 or 10:40 or something that would have kicked me out. So then I went home and like I opened the door and Anna's like chilling. I was like, Barry said I have to do the workout again. And I don't want to do it again. And then she's like, well, what's your time? What was Sam's time? That's 35 seconds. Maybe we should do it again. I was like, no, I really don't want it. Like, you know, when you want someone to say, no, don't worry, you don't have to. So
Yeah.
I got in the car and there was an hour before the deadline. So I did come back down here. And we were like, you might as well just leave it all out there and see what happens.
Actually?
Yeah. And I
Wow.
did think my score was going to be safe because it was 9:30. It was 30 seconds slower than you. So I was like, even if there's 2 people on each second, I'm going to be maybe 60 spots behind them.
Yeah.
Like that will still be fine based on my squad and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I did come down. I did not want to warm up. So I rode 10 cals. I did 10 wall balls. I kept the music off, no music. We had the lights off anyway, just because it was better for the camera, but no music or anything. And I was like, all right, Anna, if I can do 120 wall balls unbroken, then I'll do the row. And I rode slow the last time, so I just need to row at a moderate pace.
Yeah.
I got 80 wall balls in, dropped it, tried to pick it up again, did 10, had to drop it again. And then I was like, all right, there's nothing you can do, suck it up. But at least I gave it like that one more
Gave
shot.
it a shot.
So
I didn't know you did this. Man.
yeah, and then I was like, okay, I was happy for a while because I was like, I gave it a shot. I've left it all out there. But then I was like, damn, I did an extra 90 wall balls that I didn't need to do before my workout tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I came 250 on it, but I actually moved. So I didn't want to look at the leaderboard and scroll down to 60 because then I'd be like, if I've lost a spot, I'm going to have to keep scrolling. That's going to stress me out. So what I did is I went to leaderboard and I just searched athlete name. So it would just immediately bring me to my place. So I wouldn't have to look for it.
Though?
I actually moved up spots. I was like celebrating. I couldn't believe it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That was the same feeling I had that evening. I think we both put in a group, like, I think we both went, what a fucking
Yeah,
relief.
exactly.
Because we both had our own, like I had the penalty and you had the
and I had
cramp. So
exactly.
But
it's a mental roller coaster though, doing like it's never clean sailing, whether you're in the best condition you ever have been or it's a workout you think you're gonna smash. A lot of the time it will go to plan, but sometimes it's just out the window and you have to figure it out and get on with it. Like.
That's it. So you had the snatch workout then on the Sunday left. So how did that go?
And that went well. I was like pretty sore, like, as everyone was, sore core, sore legs. But I knew snatch was decent for me. Yeah.
Front squats as well.
And we had talked about, like you had said, if you were to do it again, you would have made a few small breaks. So I decided not to go for unbroken the whole way. I kind of wanted to be safe on it. It still probably hurt me a little more than I expected, but I went like 3-3-2-2, fast burpees, then straight into fast singles the whole way. I knew I wasn't going to miss a rep. And on the clock, I was pretty quick. So it was solid. And it's one you can always redo again as well.
That's what I was...
for that one, once I saw that I had climbed up a few spots, I'd gone from 44 to 37. I was like, now I just have to not mess up the snatch and I should be safe.
Exactly.
So
that's what I was kind of thinking because of my penalty before it came, because I moved 6th, 56th, and I was like, I'm going to have to do a snatch again tomorrow.
56, you were like on the edge then.
So 56, and then when the front squat and row times came in, I was like 23. So I was like, okay, I don't need to do that tomorrow. I'm having ice cream.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, what was the post kind of quarterfinals diet looking like? You put up some nachos and they looked.
So Sunday, because I was done on Saturday evening, I had some beers on Saturday evening, which were lovely. And then
beer of choice.
I had some Rockshore. I don't have a super intricate beer palate. I'm like, that one doesn't taste like much.
To be honest, I would have been more surprised if you'd named some like mad craft beer. So
yeah, no, that's not happening. Usually I like gin and tonics and stuff like that, but I don't think we had gin or something. So then the next day, Sunday, I was like, I'm going Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson style here. I'm going all out. I had like Soleros, like ice cream and chocolate. I made sausages and bagels, like cream cheese, like just
unbelievable,
all class. And then I was like, I'm craving nachos. Made nachos, never made nachos like properly in like with layers and stuff before. Made that, and like by the time I finished, I could barely finish. It was so rich. But my mouth was stinging. The roof of my mouth, the sides of my tongue were sore. When I was going to bed, I was like, I'd love some fruit.
You need to get back on the healthy trail.
And then it got it out of my system, so all week I've been back to normal.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty good. Blow it out and then just
I was pizzas and whiskey. So
nice.
had my I have Quattro Woodfire up by Stepside is epic. So had a big pizza, had a couple of whiskeys, and then The next day, this is epic. The hot chip cookies. Have you got them at all? Yes. Okay, they're unreal. So tub of
good.
Belgian chocolate ice cream. Then make the homemade
Häagen-Dazs
hot chip. 100%.
Just to
Häagen-Dazs all the way.
Okay,
So
there again.
Häagen-Dazs Belgian chocolate, some homemade hot chip cookies. Mash all of that into a bowl. So you've got the hot cookies
my God.
with the Belgian chocolate ice cream. It is epic. So that was my
Cookie dough raw or
main thing.
cooked though? Do you have a preference?
I don't
I
really
go
eat cookie dough.
soft. Like it has to be cooked. Obviously.
Yeah.
Raw.
Ironically
raw.
enough, yesterday I bought a log of
I've heard
that
of that, though.
hot chip stuff for the office, and I just ate it as like
No
with a
way.
spoon raw. Yeah, man, it's so good.
I
There's
like
no
the-
eggs in it.
I
It's
like
just like
the,
flour and water and whatever.
Ben and Jerry cookie
so
dough
good.
ice cream is good though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's raw
What's it
cookie dough.
called? Cookie. there's
Yeah, but
something
a
in it.
chunk of
That's
cookie
raw.
dough. Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, that's raw cookie
Yeah,
dough.
but it's like tiny bits.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like
like
pretty much eating a stick of pudding. Like.
No, well, I don't I don't I don't hold it with my fist and just like munch on it like a cheese
bite
stick.
out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it, yeah.
Like I cut a little bit off and have like a little ball of
You-
cookie,
fair,
like a
fair,
protein
okay.
ball.
Cheese string, did you say?
That's
You peel
impressive.
it
Yeah,
up.
Yeah.
Man, cheese strings are goated. Love a cheese string.
Yeah.
Plastic cheese,
Back-
most
there's
unhealthy
most
thing in the
plastic
world. Like,
thing.
yeah. Them and once they did on Baby Bells, they were awful.
I did like Baby
Did you?
Bells. Yeah, the
They were
purple one was good. I liked cheese when I was
so
growing up a
strong.
lot.
I love cheese, but Baby Bells were just too strong.
The wax
Yeah.
was a good weapon as well for class. When
Oh,
you finished
yeah.
at lunchtime, you had a few weapons there to
Yeah.
throw
Yes.
around. Like.
My ma used to wrap our sandwiches in cling film, and it always made me really annoyed because I never had a tinfoil ball to like ping it to. I was always that one kid who just didn't have
The
tinfoil
cling
to
film
throw
kid.
around.
Yeah.
Because like a tinfoil ball, if you squish it up, like you can get a bit of
Bang.
speed
Oh,
on
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You ever try and throw it like a cling film ball?
No, it
Nothing,
just
man.
it
Doesn't
glides,
happen.
Yeah.
like falls down.
Shite, like.
Feather.
But anyways, anything else on the quarters, or we call it there?
No, I think. Well,
think
we
that's
both qualified for the semis, so
So that's the
mission
next step then
accomplished,
is
so that's really
invites
good.
and choose
I
where you're
think-
going.
I'd love to see a statistic if like there's any other gyms with 2 people that qualify out of the same
Yeah,
gym, because it's
100%.
definitely a rare enough thing.
Yeah, no, defo.
There's probably
I
some
can't wait
mad,
for the semis
some
now.
mad gym in like the States where like fucking 10 of them all train or something.
Yeah, that's it. I suppose when people make a bit of training hub, but that's
Yeah,
kind of what
exactly.
we're trying to do here. I
Yes,
think as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, we're
Like,
looking to do that. As
Yeah,
well,
we've
aren't
got
we?
a good training crew. We've got some good athletes.
Yeah.
And sure, here Connor's making this documentary. We both had to qualify. We couldn't
Oh, the
be,
pressure.
We
Oh,
couldn't
I
be
was
halfway
actually-
through a
I was
documentary
so
and one
relieved.
person doesn't qualify.
I was so relieved.
Oh my
But I was
God.
also like, it's weird because like it sounds so like statistic, is that or sadist, whatever that word is. Jamie ripped his hand, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Because I was like here filming him like bleeding and like
Yeah,
freaking
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was focused on
Bit
you.
of drama.
I was like, I was looking at Sam. I was filming Sam. And then I just heard like a load of chatter to the right side of the room. I was like, what's going on? I looked over and Jamie was off the bar. And I was like,
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on either.
Yeah, I was
'cause
like, what?
and suddenly everyone's like,
yeah,
everyone
yeah,
looks
yeah.
panicked.
Everyone's
I'm just like,
panicking.
Yeah,
I'm
and you're just,
dying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
everyone
Sam
else-
just
tape,
keeps going.
chalk, grips.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Jamie
trying
was
to give
just
me some.
walking
Yes,
around. Yeah, so I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh my God, Jamie's kind of like ripped his hand or injured himself. I was like, deadly. I was like over there, like filming his hand, getting the blood and all this crack.
Yeah.
I was like, perfect for the dog.
It's
Yeah.
a good one for the grandkids.
So
it's a good
yeah,
story.
yeah. And then day later, find out Sam's got a penalty. I'm like, oh my God, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just more like intrigue for this doc about the season. So, but
It's
yeah,
never
both
clean
qualified,
sailing,
which is-
but,
which is
It's
great.
never clean sailing.
It's
but
gonna be a cool few weeks now training coming up to the semis. We don't know whether it's gonna be online or live. Most likely online. But
there's a good chance by the time this comes out, it'll be like it could have
confirmed.
announced,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
this will
confirmed.
be. Yeah, this is.
I
like
just
another
don't
2
see
weeks,
any
so, yeah.
in-person stuff happening in Europe currently.
Europe is so fucked because Germany were already like it's online, wasn't
yeah,
it?
they called it.
They called it
they
early.
called it. Yeah.
And Netherlands, I don't think it's
It's
the
better
country
to
on the
call it
border.
than drag it out for
Oh,
ages.
you'd
so
rather,
it's-
yeah, you'd rather know. And then do you
Yeah.
think or hope they'll send you a judge or
Yes, I would love that.
yeah?
That
And
would
I
be
don't-
good.
And a load of equipment. No,
Yeah.
no, but a judge is
Who-
priority.
what's
I
their
think.
sponsor this year? The Norwegian one announced Aleco. Is that
Alico, yeah.
Alico.
Yeah,
I
that's their
think
partner?
I was at the Lowlands 2 years ago, so I've been at the comp and it was Rogue. They had the exact same equipment as regionals and stuff.
Okay.
So,
So
Well,
this
if,
year
if
with
it's
Aleco then.
each separate like regional and they've got their own equipment sponsor, then there's a high chance you could get equipment. Like if Alico was one and Rogue was the other. But if it's the CrossFit Games, say, and Rogue sponsors the CrossFit Games, and Rogue have to give it to every single regional, then
then
it's
probably not happening.
low
Yeah,
chance of
yeah.
that, like
Who knows? Maybe you get a few free T-shirts.
I expect at least a T-shirt. Damn it.
and a sign, please.
Yes,
send
we need
us
some more
a sign.
signs.
Oh yeah.
They're as we've discussed before. They are the
Yeah, we need to
prize
get
possession
Jamie.
of a
100%.
competition.
Need to get Jamie a fresh sign. That one's battered.
Well,
this
his
year.
has been a year. His is a year older than.
Yeah,
My
but it
sign.
did take a bit of a beating.
Yes.
My science.
At least you didn't have the Italian man beat the crap out of your son.
Oh yeah, current kicking it. Yeah. All right, let's call it there, boys. We're again way over time.
Great, thank you, and follow us on Instagram, and we have a YouTube account. Which if you're watching this, you're on our YouTube account. So thank you for.
If you're listening to this, go find our YouTube channel.
Yes.
You guys are the worst for social media. It's actually hilarious.
I'm very bad at social media.
Nice one, boys.
Real talk.
Cheers.